Purpose of this camp, like I said at the beginning, and the purpose of this cultural talk, like you know, the theme is celebrating Afro dance, past, present, and future. And what that means is we're looking at our roots, we're looking at the culture, we're looking at where we are now, and what that means also is where Afro dance is now, commercially, socially, economically, entertainmentally, and otherlies, and the future where we're going. Because I feel it's an important conversation to have, considering when you look at the entertainment industry right now and how Afro dance has largely influenced a lot of things. And so this talk is to have a small conversation about that, but then also give you the chance to ask any questions you might have. Okay, and especially Afrodance in Dublin is growing. It's still new. It's still getting there, and I feel like there's a lot of questions that a lot of us will have, or we've talked about it, and who better to answer it than these superstars over here sitting in front of you? Give them a round of applause. Give them a round of applause. Okay, great. So, um, I just have the way we're going to run it. I have questions. I'm just going to ask the question. Whoever catches it, catches it. In Jesus' name. And then after the question session, you guys will have a chance to ask questions as well. Okay? All right. So, I'm going to start by talking about the past. Yes, come on, sit down. In Jesus. Where's my? Okay, she's here. Who's not here? Corey. Okay. So I guess the first question is this, and anybody can answer it. Anyone can answer it. Is five actually? This is just three. I wish I would be short. Okay. All right. So the first question is this: Afro dance, in the general term, whichever style you're in or focused in, or if you're in various styles, it carries so much history and meaning. How important as how important has understanding its roots been for your personal growth and development?
Hello, hi. My name is Delons. Hi. Um, for me, I feel like the roots are very important because I grew up in the UK, and I wasn't in touch with my roots as much as I was learning the style and how would I put it? Learning from other teachers. I felt like I was connected, but I wasn't fully connected until I really dive into the history and the understanding of every single movement, every single culture, not just the dance, like also the music, the food, the people, and the way of life. And that's the real roots. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be able to move the way I move before now. Before I used to move like this. Now I move like this. You understand? Yeah? Cool. Anyone else?
Anyone else wants to answer that question? No? Okay, another question. Olu is looking at me like, huh, bros, what is this? Okay, second question. What was your first real connection to Afro dance, your style, and how did it shape the way you move and express yourself today to get to where you are today? All right.
So I want to take this one because the style that I focus on is not where I originate from. So I am Nigerian, but the style that I focus on is from Ghana. Um, and for me, it's shaped me because I was going to quit dance before I started focusing on Azonto in 20. Charlie, I'm getting old, boy. I don't even remember. It's been so long ago, I remember. But in 2013 or something like that. Well, I'm older than you think. Thank you there. Thank you there. Yeah, I was actually going to quit dance. I was doing hip hop and popping at the time. And I kind of just fell out of love with it. And I did grow up in Nigeria. When I came to London, I kind of um, disconnected myself from, I guess, just Nigeria as a culture because there was a lot of trauma around it. Sorry to get too deep, but I think what actually took me back there was connecting with the Ghanaian culture and the Ghanaian way of life, including the dance. So for me, it's quite integrated in me outside of the dance because it's something that kept me in the arts. But it's also something that gave me a home when I felt disconnected from my heritage, and it's actually something that made me go back home and go back to Nigeria. So for me, it's quite sentimental beyond dance.
Amazing, amazing. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go to the second section. And this is more talking about building and creating in today's world, like right now where we are. We're talking about the present, right? And the question is each of you carry a unique style and story, right, with your dance. How do you stay authentic to your roots while you adapt to the new trends and influences in today's world? Okay, Valentina is already holding mic. She was quick.
So the question was how I adapt.
How do you stay authentic to your roots while you adapt to the new trends and influences in today's world?
I feel like training is also something very important. You should always train what you have deeply. Like even when you feel like okay, you've already like okay, for example, you're learning a certain step or you're learning a certain groove or something like that. You should always keep that thing that you're having. Don't feel like because there's a new trend now, I have to add that to my dance. No, you don't. You don't. Always think like you need to be true to yourself. Okay? Don't feel like because it's a trend, I need to add that to my vocabulary as well. It's a trend. As you hear in the word, it's a trend. Trend means something that is being trending in the moment, but after some, I don't know, weeks or a while, it's gonna go away. So that's why it's always important, like you still to still keep that unique self of yourself, that authenticity. Because at the end of the day, it's about that unique way of yourself that people are going to know you, not how many trends you did or you know. So I feel like always keep the training, train deeper of what you have. Like a very stupid example, for example, leg work. You're learning it, there is one variation, then you go second variation, third variation. You just like keep that training of what you already have to improve your dancing, you improve your groove, improve the way you are, and just take trends or something like it's just a trend. It's not something that you need to add to your vocabulary, and you can you can like put interest in it. That's not a problem. You can also do that trend, but don't be too attached to it because at the end of the day, it's just a trend. What makes you is who you are as a dancer. What can you bring to the table? Not what trend can you bring to the table because those trends are here just to trend. So, yeah, that's what I think.
So I actually want to ask a question just based off of what Valence, because I think this is a conversation that I have with a lot of students, and a lot of students ask this question as well. What advice would everyone on here give to students who are still learning and coming up? And although I agree with you, I think it's quite, I don't want to say it's easier for us, but I think because we're somewhat solid in the community, whether we're teachers, artists, whatever, it's easy for us to kind of stick to what our individuality is, because whatever you think about me and what you think about me, I'm still Miss Lulu Creates. Yeah, because I've built my legacy. However, there are people who are getting to that stage where they're building, right? And if the community is promoting what's trendy, what what are we saying to students? Because in our classes, I know you say, I say it as well, like be unique, be yourself, be you. It doesn't matter if, especially with like nowadays where battle is like the thing, right? And freestyling and ciphering and stuff. I know that's a big thing where it's like, let me see the groove, like stick to one groove. And we say that, but then if you look at ciphers and battles, it is a lot of like blow ups, right? So I think what, yeah, and obviously those people are allowed to do the blow ups because they've earned it. They've trained like to a certain point to do those things. But I think just from a student perspective, I think it will be good to hear like how do you still remain like grounded and solid, even though what's around you like is kind of feeding into like what is trendy and what is of the now, or what you should be doing to be considered lit. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you guys like get what I'm saying, but yeah, I definitely agree. I think it's just it's really tough because even me as a teacher, but I'm still a student, so there are still things that I still can work on regardless how long I've been in the industry. But I think when you step out of teacher mode and step into student mode, it can feel really intimidating. So to stay solid in that, even though everything around you is doing the opposite, I think it's really tough. And I think I wish we spoke more about like what do we do when we feel like, do you know what I mean? Like fuck is moving so quick. Like even me at my ripe age, sometimes I'm still like, feck. These men are moving like in my staff, for instance, like in Ozonto, what I seen obviously like the rise of Osoko, it's like my ankles and then do you know what I'm saying? Like my era of Azonto, she enjoyment. Do you know? And I love the bit, but it's like, hey, it's moving so fast. Charlie. But yeah, that's just I just wanted to like to ask what you guys' thoughts were on that. Mitch, I think.
Thanks. um, I think prioritizing being foundationally sound will help you to will help you to navigate that space because trends, nobody's reinventing the wheel. Let's just be clear. Trends are very much rooted in something, even if it's done wrong, right, whatever, it's linked to something. So making sure that you're foundationally sound to know what that something is going to help you to navigate your learning process, especially when you're in a space where you don't have that many resources and you're relying on what's online. Do you know what I mean? I think looking at trends just beyond, oh my gosh, that's the move, and like really dissecting like what is it like at heart, like what is the bounce, what is this, what is that, really dissecting what it is and finding familiarities with what you already know and making sure that you are foundationally sound in what you know so you can continue to see those connections, because then that means that you're not spending a whole load of your training time trying to figure out that trend. You're very much like, okay, cool, this looks familiar to this, can I incorporate it? Okay, it didn't quite work, but I can see the connection. Okay, let me continue working on it because I'm already working on that specific technique. It's kind of doing a lot more of just seeing it for face value, is doing the work, which I agree, it comes with training and also really just taking your time and really understanding foundationally, what am I learning? If it's a style, foundationally, how does Azonto look familiar to this style and that style? And how does it really connect with that trend? Or does it connect even at all? So kind of being just critical will help you to navigate that space, I think.
Woo! Okay, all right. Oh, you want to? Oh, you want to talk?
I just want to say
Oh,
one.
sorry.
Just a quick word. With all that being said, don't rush. Don't rush. Yes, trend will come and go and zoom, 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 but don't rush your training process. Don't feel like, oh, because something new comes and I have to drop this and I'll go and follow this. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Take your time, and like this is what I would tell anyone because this is like what I do. There's stuff that have come and gone and did it, and I've missed the wheel, I've missed the train, whatever. But I stuck to what I've been training, and it helps me in those cipher moments. It helps me in those, I don't know, battle moments, in those solo moments, whatever, because I'm sticking to what I already know, and all I'm doing is just adding on bit by bit. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah, cool, that's me.
Round of applause. Round of applause. Okay. Because of time, I'm going to throw it to the audience. Does anyone, and I would like you to think about this question you're asking with intention and to focus on the future, right? Your personal future, collective future, whether it's specifically in Afro dance or it's in dance in general. Because you see these people here, if you count how many countries they've gone, they have reached all the countries in the world. You understand? Asia, Europe, Africa. So not everything, probably. So they have enough wealth, mentally, physically, emotionally. So if you have any questions, to ask them, any questions at all.
Don't be shy. I don't bite.
We don't
Tell
bite.
me more. Tell me more.
Some of you have see, I've talked to some of you before, and you have asked question. So ask question. Don't do this. Anyone? Eh, Thank you very much.
You want a mic?
Come and ask. Yes. Thank you very much.
So how does someone, especially someone that comes not from the culture, give respect and their dues when they're like developing in these styles, and in Afro in general? You know, yeah, that's a very vague question, but
It's personal, so
what do you mean? No, but how does someone that like comes not that doesn't come from the culture give their respect and dues when they're dancing Afro and when they're developing in Afro in general? Because it's
Dun, dun, dun. Okay. I think first and foremost is understanding that no matter, I feel like culture is bigger than us, regardless of who you are. So everybody is a guest to some sort to the culture. That's first and foremost. And I think knowing that then allows you to, how do I put it? Paying respect to the culture is very much just immersing yourself in the culture, whatever that is. So not just the dance, like genuinely the lifestyle. Because I think it's hard to respect something that you don't understand because you can misstep or do, maybe it might be so innocent to you, but like somebody from the culture might be, oh my gosh, I feel so afflicted by what you've done because maybe you haven't understood it. So I would say my number one like advice is really just immerse yourself in anything pertaining that culture. What is it that hurts them? What is it that makes them happy? What is it that even birthed the dance styles that you enjoy? Because a lot of them are forms of expression, and a lot of them come from a lot of pain, but it looks like very like just happy and like think of like pantula, think of, I can list them, so many styles that come from a place of hurt, and really understanding the history and the just the past of those dance styles, I think is the number one step. And then just, yeah, I think just really immersing yourself like fully. I know that it sounds very heavy because sometimes we just want to have fun, and that's okay, genuinely. But just being aware, I think. I don't know if anybody wants to add anything else.
I think for me the answer is pretty simple. I think the moment you become comfortable with knowing that you will always be a guest, it is going to be so easy for you to respect it. Yeah, because if you come to my house, no matter how many times you come to my house, you're always going to be a guest because you don't pay rent there. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's true. So you're gonna understand that the more you come to my house, you will know that you take your shoes off. You know that Olu likes incense, or you will know. Do you know what I mean? So it becomes it no longer becomes this daunting thing, right? Oh, it's not my culture. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm doing this wrong. I'm doing this wrong. It becomes something that is a part of you because you've made it like a lifestyle, right? And it's no longer this like every single time I need to like. The moment you are okay with knowing that I'm always gonna be a guest and there is nothing wrong with that. I feel like when we hear you're a guest, it's not an insult. Like it's not an insult. It's just reality. It's okay. You can be a guest in my house. You're still welcome to come to my house whenever you want. Do you know what I mean? Whenever you want, I'll cook for you. I've got a sofa bed. You be comfortable.
What
I
the
beg shifts.
question?
You'll be, do you know what I'm saying? So it won't be like, oh my God, like, Ollie, like, do I need to? No, babes, you can come over. Take your shoes off though.
Ah,
Do you know what I'm saying? For me, it's as simple as that. And you'll begin to understand what I like, what I don't like. It's the same thing like with cultures that you engage in and that you enjoy. Like it doesn't, for me, it doesn't have to be this, because we always, like, this conversation comes around all the time. And you hear so many different crinkum crankums. Just take your shoes off, please.
All right.
Wash your feet. You know what I'm saying?
We'll have to finish. Sorry, because of time, we have to finish. But round of applause, guys. Thank you so much.
We didn't hear from the people, the French and the
Yeah,
Portuguese.
unfortunately, I love you guys, but I'm going to find some way to do this in the next 2 days. So we'll have the conversation again. But we have to close now because of time. Round of applause again for all these instructors, for the ones that spoke and the ones that did not speak,
The ones that came to do
the
fashion.
ones that came to do fashion parade in the evening. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I will try to see if we can have this tomorrow as well, but it's so important to have these conversations. And again, if you couldn't ask a question in public and you want to ask a question in private, please ask, all right? Because it's really important. I might joke about it, but it is important, okay? Yeah, so thank you guys so much. Let's take a picture. So everybody come this way. Let's take a picture and round up the day. Jaiva day one, make some noise.